Your favorites that are priced to play.
Hey guys, alright.
Can't live without, and the ones
Watching the other one, the audio kind of sucks on that. I might be because I was talking too low, I don't know. I want to get into another pin. This one, I don't think I've done this one. But I think this one will appeal to a lot of people. This pin is out of Animal Starts and Homestead Animal Starts, and this is the best animals for 1-acre homestead.
Because I needed some slime for the top anyway, so this is gonna be perfect.
Okay. Do you wish you could have a homestead but worry that you don't have enough room to raise animals? No worries. This article will map out the best animals for 1-acre homestead so you can start to live a self-sufficient lifestyle no matter where you live. Remember, there's always something you can do to start homesteading right where you are. Remember the one video that I did that was titled, I think it was, Could You Start a Homestead? And in that it says, start where you are. And even Doug and Stacy have said the same thing. Homesteading tips that will work for anyone, anywhere, no matter what phase of life they're in. When we first started homesteading, we had a little over an acre of land, with part of that being woods. I thought a garden was all I could have, so I never considered bringing in livestock. Later, I learned that there are animals that thrive in small spaces, and I now know that the options for small space homesteading are more than folks realize. Think homesteading is out of reach? Think again. I will show you what animals you can consider, how you can house them on your property, and the best location to put them in. Homesteading on a small property may seem challenging, but it's far from impossible. In fact, it's all about organizing where you put things so it complements your property and the natural resources you have. So this will probably even help me try to figure out, how to do our new section. With careful planning, even a 1-acre plot can transform into a thriving, self-sufficient homestead. This includes housing for animals, growing food for your family and to sell, and even setting up areas for composting. Composting is important for your gardens. The benefits of raising your own livestock. Raising your own livestock plays an important part in a homestead. By raising your own animals, you have direct control over the food you consume. This eliminates concerns about hormones, antibiotics, and other chemicals potentially used in commercially raised livestock. Livestock contributes to a homestead circle of life by providing organic fertilizer that can improve the soil where you grow your food. They can also aid in land management, such as controlling pests and removing brush and weeds. I'm actually thinking about possibly setting up another area, and I'll have to figure this out, for a separate area for guineas, because the guineas can actually help a lot with the bug pests. And let's not forget the most obvious reasons. Fresh eggs, milk, honey, and meat, all without going to the store. And I forgot to add in my meat chickens.
Stick my finger in the cake and kind of like...
Alright. Best animals for a 1-acre homestead. This list of animals is a great place to start planning out your homestead. Be sure to make a list of your top choices so you can research more deeply on the pros and cons of each before you make the jump. Another tip is to make a map of your property. This will help you to decide where to house the animals you hope to raise. Number 1, chickens. And that's an obvious number 1. I cannot wait to get our chickens. Absolutely cannot wait. And I made my mind up. I think we're gonna go with an 88 square foot coop because regardless of what Aaron says, and I'm gonna look into what we have to do to set up our own farm stand for Faith First Farm and Homestead. Now, if somebody has to man that farm stand, that's fine. Because I will set someone on that. And I'll make sure the hours are consistent with when someone's going to be here to where somebody can man that farm stand. Okay. So, the chickens. Baird Rock, Black Sex Link, Issa Browns, Rhode Island Reds, Americana, Buff Orpingtons. I love my Buff Orpingtons. Golden Laced Wyandottes, Silver Laced Wyandottes, Olive Eggers, Easter Eggers, and 2 Guineas. Now, I'm also thinking if Family Farm and Home gets the Blue Laced Wyandottes, I'm getting 2 of those as well. I've always wanted all 3 of those Wyandottes. Anyway, so I'm going to go with an 88 square foot chicken coop, 44 on each side, just a square, and then we'll just build it out of pallets. So, and I'll figure out how many pallets we need. I love my chickens, and we will set up a farm stand, and I will make sure we have, a way to keep the eggs good and everything. And we'll probably sell them for about $3.50 a dozen. So, all right, here we go. Chickens are an excellent addition to any homestead and a great place to start if you've never raised livestock. That is true because chickens really open the door for me. They need little space and can pretty much raise themselves. One of the primary benefits of raising chickens is that the constant supply of fresh eggs, which are more vibrant than store-bought, both in color and in taste. And if you make sure that they have a lot of good green vegetation and a lot of good kitchen scraps and your fruits and your vegetables, and maybe even, grow your own chicken garden. Meaning you grow specific things that you specifically pull up and give to them. Like, your lettuces and things that will replenish basically on their own. Because that's also really good for your chickens. Chicken benefits. Help with pest control. Letting them out to free range a few hours a day is all you need to control insects and pests that can affect your garden. Reduce kitchen waste. Chickens love kitchen scraps, and you can use them to supplement their feed. And the feed will be the combog. All of it. The scratch grains, the layer feed, the pellets, and the crumble. Now, the pellets and the crumble are basically the same thing, just in different form. So I might just choose between the 2. Now with the chicks, Family Farm and Home has a chick house reserve, which is a layer feed for chicks. And it's the combog. So I cannot wait. Cannot wait. All right, I'll be right back, you guys.
Love the extra syringes of blood. I think that
all right. So eating my egg wrap.
A little bit of the scare.
Yeah, it's a little bit late, but
a little bit dry. I don't mind the lime curd.
Jeez.
Gave it a little bit of a twist.
I ain't got any lime curds at all. All I'm tasting is the Swiss buttercream with a dry shake.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Dennis. I didn't do my best work today. Not happy with myself.
A woman's decision about a pregnancy is one of the most difficult she will ever
I have a piece of bacon stuck in my teeth.
Rogers. No. Her husband Mike is running for Senate.
Michigan voters have already decided the issue, and Mike respects that decision. He won't do anything to change it. But Mike will fight to lower middle-class taxes, to help our families make ends meet, and Mike will focus
Cranberry
on
juice.
fixing our schools
Okay.
to set our kids up for success.
Sorry, guys.
Me and voting for my husband, Mike Rogers.
Now, reduces kitchen waste. Chickens love kitchen scraps, and you can use them to supplement their feed. Again, the Kalmbach is the best feed you can go. I will stand by that because our chickens never stopped laying in the winter. Never. There's I think I already said the extraordinary layer feed, and this is for the adult chickens, for the laying hens. The extraordinary layer feed, the crumble, and the scratch grains. And I will stick with the Kalmbach. I will not get anything else. Now with chicks, I already said they have. Kalmbach has a Chick House Reserve extraordinary layer feed for chicks, and it's a family farm and home, and I'm definitely getting that. And I don't care that I don't have the discount anymore. I don't care. That's worth every penny. They're not that expensive, not really. And then the chick crumble. And I do believe Kalmbach has that too. So, about 5 bags. I don't know how long it'll last. I mean, it just depends. I don't know how long it'll last, but we'll see. I think what I might do is I'm going to plan on getting, I could use totes. They can break easy. What I might do is get one of the galvanized trash cans for each and every different feed. And I will get enough. Like, I'll spend out the money. I don't care if it costs me $300. I'll spend out the money to fill each one of those trash cans. Each one of those galvanized cans. And, we'll see. Does that last a month, And, we're going to be working on putting in the areas to grow the food for the animals, for the chickens and the guineas and the rabbits and the quail and the feeder pigs and the dairy goats and the turkeys and the ducks. Because if we're growing 90% of their food, we won't have to spend $600, $700, $800 a month on fees. Because you really don't need to do that. Maybe for a year, because it's going to take a bit to get to where you've got the space and you're able to grow all that. But you can also go to different farmers markets and pick up different types of things that you can feed to your animals. And you can also check with local organic farmers or local homesteaders and see if they have extra of what you need. And in the long run, it should cost you less than buying all that extra grain, for your chickens or your animals in general. So, anyway. Chickens, in the garden, chicken manure is a nutrient-rich organic fertilizer that can help if you have poor soil. It is. However, chicken manure has got to be composted for 6 to 8 months before you can use it in your gardens. If you don't, it's so nitrogen-rich that it will burn your plants. So, you have to compost it. Because chicken manure is a hot manure. Chickens are relatively low maintenance. Daily food, water, and egg collection are all you need for their care. They also adapt to a variety of climates, making them a practical choice for many homesteaders. And that is true. Housing and space requirements for chickens. Now I'm
It's one of the most
checking to see what this says because I've heard I keep hearing conflicting information here. Chickens do require a safe and comfortable coop and outside run area that has enough room for each member of the flock. And my phone is freezing up on me again.
Families make ends meet, and Mike will focus on
The general rule of thumb is to allow a minimum of 2 to 3 square feet per chicken inside the coop and about 8 to 10 square feet per chicken in an outside run. Okay. So I could...
Hey.
Hang on, guys.
Oh, that's so.
Alright. Now I'm thinking... Listen, because
It's just frustrating.
I just actually came up with this idea. I'm thinking of connecting
Really good. She would have totally rocked this competition.
the run
Probably gonna miss her.
for in the new area, the new chicken run. I'm thinking of connecting it to the old area. I mean, that means we're gonna have to go in there and take down a lot of that stuff that's in there. We can just leave the weeds and stuff in there because they can eat off from all that.
To just leave the weeds in there?
We're gonna have to take it down, to a certain height, so they don't get lost in their own jungle. But if we connect the new chicken run to the old chicken backyard, now we're gonna have to do a lot of work around that fence.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to dig down about a foot around the entire perimeter of that fence and cement it. Probably dirt. We're gonna have to put dirt in there and possibly cement around it. And then pack it down and make sure that they cannot get out. But we're gonna have to do that around all of this. We're also gonna make sure nothing can get in.
Right.
But that'll give the chickens a lot more space, especially since it says they need 8 to 10 square feet per chicken in an outside run. That means if we have 24 chickens,
I've won any challenges yet. This has to be
well,
my day.
22 plus the 2 guineas. And I think I might set up an extra space for guineas, because guineas will help with a lot of pests in your garden area and on your homestead, and they're great guard animals. Absolutely wonderful for gardening for your different flocks.
Are we gonna use the building too?
I don't know.
Cake pops in the oven.
I know I want to use
Have to clean it
the
up.
back chicken one. But I was planning on us building a new chicken coop
Super pumped. Suck it, Michelle.
out of pallets.
Right.
It's all right. Guess you can have one.
Anyway, but see, if it's 8 to 10 square feet per chicken in an outside run, and we have 22 chickens or 24 birds, if we figure 10 square feet to make sure it's at the maximum, then that's 2,400 square feet. So we're going to need to connect the two, at least for the run area. All right. Coops need to have adequate ventilation for fresh air circulation and must be kept clean to prevent the spread of diseases. Inside the coop, each chicken should have access to a perch for sleeping and a nest box for laying eggs. And I'm going to make sure that we do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 24 nesting boxes to make sure they have enough. The outside run should have secure and predator-proof fencing. You do not, whatever you do not use chicken wire for your main fencing for your coop. chicken wire is absolutely useless. You need at least the welded wire, hardwire fencing. That's the rectangle. It's got your rectangle fence like that. Absolutely need that. Now, it is your choice if you put something over the top of it. You can use bird netting, and that will keep out like bird predators like hawks. In the event that there might be an eagle or something, that will keep them out away from your chickens. Hawks would be the bigger predator because the more prevalent one. But absolutely need at least the welded wire hardwire fence. Absolutely. Because raccoons specifically can tear right through chicken wire. Chicken wire is absolutely useless. Now, if you want to double the protection around your main chicken fencing, you can get the hardwire mesh with the little squares and put that around the outside of your main run area and your chicken coop area. Okay. Make sure the housing also has a clean and accessible source of water and food. And it's actually best if you have a place where you can hang them. We have a hanging waterer and a hanging feeder. And that's how I want to set ours up this time. Location suggestion. The coop and run should be placed in an area with good drainage and away from potential predators like raccoons, foxes, or snakes. It's also important to consider the noise level and possibility of neighbors complaining, so choose a location that won't disturb others. Well, ours will be like kind of in the middle of our property, so that's not a problem. If you plan to free range your flock, you will want them to be away from any garden areas that you do not want them scratching in as they can damage plants or seedlings. Our garden area is going to be fenced in to keep the dogs out of them. And I say dogs because we will probably end up with more than one. I specifically want a farm dog. So, remember, space requirements can vary depending on the breed and size of the chicken, so it's always best to research your specific breed's needs. And these ones I will probably do separate videos on. Alright. That's not even the end of that one. Okay. It's gonna be a long video, guys. That was only number 1. Number 2, rabbits. Raising rabbits for meat or as pets is another popular choice among homesteaders. Now, for us, rabbits are going to be the part of the business part of Faith First Farm and Homestead because, and this is going to be part of Chloe's
about the rising costs of rent and groceries.
responsibilities because she wants to run the rabbits, the business of the rabbits, and selling the babies. So, they're relatively easy to care for and provide a great source of lean protein. Rabbit benefits. High quality protein. Rabbit meat is a lean and nutritious alternative to other meats. Low cost feed. Rabbits can be fed a diet of mostly hay, which is inexpensive and easy to obtain. Fertilizer. Rabbit droppings are an excellent natural fertilizer for your garden. They are low in nitrogen, but high in phosphorus and potassium, making them ideal for flowering plants. Okay. And for the fact that they're low in nitrogen also makes them a great thing for you to just straight up add to your compost. Because it's not a hot manure like your chicken manure. Minimal space requirements. Rabbits can be kept in cages or hutches, make them a great choice for those with limited space. I'm going to go ahead and buy a rabbit hutch for our rabbits. But I'm also going to make sure, that they'll stay warm. I might build like a shelter around them. Quiet and low maintenance. Unlike other livestock, rabbits are relatively quiet and do not require a lot of attention. In essence, rabbits are a rewarding addition to any homestead, offering a perfect blend of value, efficiency, and simplicity in their care and maintenance. Housing and space requirements for rabbits.
Chiller
When it comes to housing for rabbits,
is enough to sit on a stick and then be dipped in chocolate in any way, shape, or form. But I just got
there are a few things to keep in mind. One, a hutch or cage should provide enough space for the rabbit to hop around and stretch out comfortably. For larger breeds, the recommended minimum size is 30 inches by 36 inches, while smaller breeds can do with a 24 by 24 cage. The hutch should be placed in a well-ventilated area and have protection from harsh weather conditions, which that's why I'm saying I'll probably build a shelter for us to put the hutch into.
Is temperature. Your candy coating can't be too warm, and your cake can't be too warm. Everything has to be just perfect. That is the opposite of what I have going on now. Time is a rolling. My cake pops are.
All right.
So I take. My
It's important to provide a clean, dry bedding material for the rabbit's comfort and hygiene. Like chickens,
Sure that I have chocolate on my stick and my cake pop.
rabbits also need access to fresh water and food at all times. Now, I'm going to make a point here.
If you run in place
With your water bottles, for the rabbits, the best ones to buy are the glass ones. Plastic
Freezer.
has chemicals, and you don't want that getting into their water, and it can seep into their water. So go glass. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's much better for them in the long run. Location suggestion. Since rabbits need protection from the weather, you can keep their hutches on the backside of a barn or shed. This will take up the least amount of space while giving additional shelter from wind and rain. Now, actually,
all I have are yellow balls with a stick in them. This is ridiculous. Hopefully they taste better than they look. They're awful. This is the ugliest thing I've ever made.
I might actually put the pallets that we're going to use to build the shelters for the goats and the feeder pigs. Now, I'll probably leave them by themselves.
2, 1. Hands up. Step away from your station.
Anyway, I'm going to build some kind of a shelter for the rabbits and the quail.
From my sofa back home.
Hang on, guys. Okay, sorry, guys. I had to answer my sister back.
It was a good idea. I don't think
All right, rabbits are a great addition to a one-acre homestead as they need little space and minimal attention. All right, and there's another good one in here called Raising Rabbits for Beginners. So that's another video. All right, number 3, goats. Yeah, dairy goats. Goats are known for their curious and mischievous nature, but they also offer a lot of benefits for homesteaders. Here are some reasons why goats should be considered as part of your homestead. Goat benefits. 1, milk. One of the biggest advantages of raising goats is their high milk production. Goat milk is known to be easier to digest than cow's milk and has a higher nutrient content. It can also be used to make a variety of dairy products such as cheese, yogurt, and butter. Meat. I will not eat the goats. I'm just sorry, it's full. Goats are a great source of lean meat, making them a valuable addition to the homestead. Their meat is high in protein and low in fat, making it a healthier alternative to other types of meat. Land clearing. Yeah, I've thought about that, believe me. Goats have a natural instinct to graze and can be used for land clearing. They can help control weeds, brush, and unwanted vegetation, making them a cost-effective solution for maintaining pastures. Fertilizer. Goat manure is an excellent source of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which are essential for healthy soil and plant growth. So they'll be great for the compost. It also helps improve soil structure and water retention. Companionship. Goats are social animals and can provide great companionship for other livestock on the homestead. They can also be trained as pack animals, making them useful for hauling supplies and equipment.
Satisfaction, and they're happy with the way their legs look, happy with the way they feel.
I can go out dancing again.
Housing and space requirements for goats. Goats require more housing than chickens and rabbits as they prefer to graze on fresh pasture rather than being confined to a barn or a shed. Shelter. A basic shelter for goats should have a dry, draft-free area for them to rest and protect them from extreme weather conditions. It should also provide adequate ventilation and can be easily accessible for cleaning. Shelter space. It is recommended to provide at least 10 to 15 square feet of shelter space per goat. So, figure about 30 square feet,
Look at my
because I only plan on having a couple of goats. So. This can vary depending on the breed, size, and number of goats. Outdoor space. Goats need room to roam and graze, so it is essential to have a fenced-in outdoor area for them. The recommended amount of outdoor space is 200 square feet per goat. And I'll measure that out, but I think what I have is adequate for that. Fencing. This is the big one. Good fencing is essential to keep goats contained and safe from predators. The type of fencing you use will depend on your budget and the breed of goat. The most popular options are fence panels, electric fence netting, or high tensile. We will probably go with cattle panel, because I don't think I'm going to try to do electric fencing. Location suggestion. When choosing a location for your goat pasture, there are a few things to consider. 1. Terrain. Goats will do well on hilly or rocky terrain as they are natural climbers and enjoy browsing on different elevations. Shade. Make sure the pasture has some trees or structures that provide shade for the goats during hot summer months. Access to water. It is important to have a water source close by for your goats to drink from, whether it's a natural stream or a man-made trough. And I'll make sure they have, obviously, a good water source. Proximity to your home. It is best to have your goat pasture within sight of your home so that you can easily monitor and care for them. This will be especially helpful during breeding season. Even though goats do require more space and daily care, their benefits are worth the commitment. And then there's 3 more that I can use for 3 more videos. Right. Number 4, bees. Beekeeping has been gaining popularity as a livestock option for homesteaders. Besides providing delicious honey, bees offer several benefits to a self-sufficient lifestyle. Number 1, pollination. Bees are crucial pollinators for many plants and crops, making them essential for a successful garden or farm. With more plants being pollinated, you can expect a higher yield of fruits and vegetables. Honey production. Bees produce honey, which is a delicious and nutritious natural sweetener. You can use it in cooking, baking, or as a topping for your morning toast. You can also use it in many medicinal recipes and just medicinal products. Beeswax. In addition to honey, bees also produce beeswax. This natural wax has many uses such as candles, soaps, and skincare products. And it's very, very healthy for your skin and for the air. The candles, the beeswax candles, help to purify the air. They literally clean the oxygen and stuff in the air. Environmental impact. By keeping bees, you are also helping to support and protect the declining bee population. Bees play a vital role in our ecosystem, and their presence can have a positive impact on the environment. Housing and space requirement for bees. Unlike traditional livestock, bees don't require much space or housing. However, there are a few things to consider when providing a home for your bees. Hive placement. Hives should be placed in an area that receives plenty of sunlight and has easy access to water sources nearby. Hive design. There are different types of hives available, but the most popular is the Langstroth hive. This design allows for easy honey extraction and is suitable for beginners. Space. You don't need a large yard or acreage to keep bees. A small backyard can accommodate 1 or 2 hives, depending on local regulations and available forage. And usually, if you maintain them properly, you can get usually up to about 100 pounds of honey out of 1 hive. Space.
Worry about the cake being dry, just keeps it moist.
All right, location suggestion. Away from human traffic. Bees. Sorry, I need a drink.
See, man, he's this one right here, guys. Sole surviving male here. Bunch of talented female.
Wellness I have. are two-headed.
Bees can become defensive and protective of their hive. Some tried to go down the wrong way. So it's best to keep them away from areas with high foot traffic. Near water sources. Bees need access to water for hydration and cooling down the hive during hot weather. Consider placing a water source, such as a bird bath or shallow dish near the hive, and that's probably what I'll do. In an open area. Hives should be placed in an open area with plenty of sunlight. Avoid placing them near tall trees or buildings that can block their flight path. Facing east, southeast. Placing hives facing east or southeast allows for early morning sun exposure, which helps the bees start their day and increases colony productivity. Now I'm going to have to figure that one out because...
You're going home.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that one out.
What flavor do you do?
Bees are a great addition to consider adding to your homestead, as they need little space and need minimal care. But do your research, because there is a lot that goes into beekeeping. I've done several videos on beekeeping, so go back through the channel and look those videos up. Watch those videos.
Really nice mild flavor that'll.
All right, number 5, ducks or geese. Ducks and geese are another popular option for homesteaders. They can provide eggs, meat, and pest control, making them a practical choice for any homestead. Benefits of raising ducks or geese. Eggs. Both ducks and geese lay delicious and nutritious eggs that are larger than chicken eggs. Meat. Duck and goose meat is lean and flavorful, making it a healthy protein option for homesteaders. Pest control. Ducks and geese are great at controlling pests in the garden, such as slugs, snails, and insects. Housing and space requirements for ducks and geese. Shelter. Ducks and geese will need a shelter to protect them from predators and harsh weather. Hang on, guys.
These jobs are
Sorry, it felt like I had a piece of egg stuck in my throat. Alright.
and my own part.
We need to change.
A simple wooden coop or shed will suffice. Water. Both ducks and geese need access to a body of water, such as a pond or kiddie pool, to swim and clean themselves. And I'll probably just get a kiddie pool and put that inside their pen area. Grazing space. Ducks and geese require ample grazing space for their daily exercise and foraging. A small pasture or fenced-in area will work well. And that won't be hard to provide either. Location suggestion: near a pond. Consider placing your duck or goose coop near a pond. This will provide easy access for them to swim and also attract natural insects as food. Both ducks and geese are quite noisy animals, so be mindful of your neighbors if you live in a suburban area. Well, you don't have to worry about that. If you're raising chickens, you can keep everyone together, saving the most space. They're also very messy animals, so be wary of doing that because your coop will be very, very messy. My phone's freezing up. Really?
Incorporate these into your desserts.
So Jeff comes out.
Come on.
Behold, he has peanuts. Oh, they're not shelled?
No, they're not shelled.
We love having ducks on our homestead, mainly because they are fun to raise, but also for their larger sized eggs and protective nature, alarming us of any danger. So we'll have the guineas and ducks. I might get some geese, maybe, And there's 3 more on here for 3 more videos for ducks.
Like planning to do. So I'm just going to put some peanuts in the buttercream and bring the peanut butter chocolate flavor together
Really?
that everybody loves.
We're going to do a video.
You used it all?
Used it all.
Number 6, pigs. Pigs are a popular choice for homesteaders due to their ability to convert food scraps into delicious high-quality meats. Benefits of raising pigs. Meat, and that's why we're doing the feeder pigs. Pigs provide a large quantity of meat and can be raised on a pasture or in a barn. Now, I am very seriously considering doing like 4 pigs.
One ugly chick right there.
We'll take 2 and take the meat from the 2, and we will sell the other 2 at the end of, processing time. We'll just sell the pigs to someone that wants them for meat. That'll give us money to put back into our, probably the pigs, in all honesty, for next year. So, or for the year after that. Compost. Pig manure makes excellent compost for your garden, so we'll have lots of compost here. Food recycling. Pigs can eat a variety of food scraps and leftovers, reducing waste on your homesteads. It's a good thing. Housing and space requirements for pigs. Shelter. Pigs need shelter from the sun, wind, and rain. A simple three-sided shed with straw bedding is sufficient. Keep that in mind. Fencing. Pigs are notorious escape artists, so sturdy fencing is a must to keep them contained. Electric fencing is a popular choice for pigs. Well, I also have another option for that that I'll discuss in another video. Grazing space. Pigs need ample grazing space to roam, root, and forage. A fenced-in pasture or wooded area works well for this purpose. Location suggestion, pasture with access to shelter. The ideal location for a pig pasture would be a sunny, well-drained area near the barn or shelter. Pigs are smelly, so putting their housing downwind of your home will help with any odors. Make sure there is enough room for the pigs to graze and root without getting too close to any gardens or other livestock areas. If you live in an area with harsh winters, consider building a winter shelter for your pigs to keep them warm and protected from the elements, and that's what I'm going to do. We also need protection from the sun, as pigs can get sunburned quite easily. Pigs are also known to be intelligent and social animals that can form close bonds with their owners. Even though they do not take up much space, they can make a mess of your living area, needing more care than other animals. If you have an acre of land for homesteading, any of these options will be a great fit. Knowing the land you have in different terrains and choosing the best location for each animal so they are comfortable and safe. This list of best animals for 1-acre homestead will help you create a self-sufficient home that will support your family for years to come.
I'm trying to put it back in the glass chiller. All of my elements are ready.
There's 3 more.
Just put it together. Cross my fingers.
I think that might be it. I thought it was supposed to be 8.
They start slapping together. They're real treat.
I'm also going to incorporate a lot of worms in with our composting areas. And I'm probably going to set up a specific area for straight up worm compost because they create such a rich garden soil, like soil for your garden. So
Depends on when you start through it. I think there's kind of a
all right, so that was it on that. So there's, let me see, 1, 2, 3.
Now it's looking more like an undead zombie than a mermaid, so I need to put some skin on it. Undead, quickly blow it out there on the face. Not a perfect match for the body, but I've got no time to do anything else, so it's gonna have to be.
Well, do we have brown airbrush?
My phone's being stupid.
Yes. So my cake is all sculpted, covered with fondant, and now I'm airbrushing my cake. I'm starting off with yellow airbrush. It adds some depth and background. I then accent it with green and brown.
That's gorgeous.
For the fire breathing part of my challenge, I use isomalt for fire, but I need to make my flames look more flamish.
4, 5,
So I'm
6.
coloring, and I'm painting the orange and red to give my flame steps.
3 minutes, makers.
Oh, to make this look like a real turtle, I'm adding hexagon fondant pieces all over the cake, then placing the 2
Sorry, my phone's being stupid, you guys.
the tail. Let's cut it up. Time is running out, so I go over the cake with the airbrush machine just to really bring the cake to life. Now time to feed them.
30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Turtle food.
Surprised they didn't add any extras onto the bees.
My turtles have a taste for blood.
Chicken.
Yeah.
6.
7, 8, 9.
2. Stations.
When I look at them at dessert, I'm not feeling so great. I think this is okay, but quite honestly, I'm not happy with myself.
10.
A woman's decision about a pregnancy is one of the most difficult she will ever make. I'm Christy Rogers. My husband Mike is running for Senate. Michigan voters have already
Fine.
decided the issue, and Mike respects that decision.
So my phone's
He
going
won't do
stupid.
anything to change it.
Sorry, guys.
To help our families make ends meet.
So far, I can get another 10 videos out of this. For the extra information. 11, 12, 13.
Mike Rogers.
Yeah, so there, I get 13 more videos out of just this one pin. Might actually do that. But I'll change it up and I'll do one out of the, I'll get one up here out of the Lost Superfoods, and then
Guess what?
I'll go to this and
Your eyewear allows you to customize your look according to your vibe. Pick a base frame, a top frame, and click. Get 2 top frames, a base frame, and an eye exam starting at $129.95. Only at
alright, I'll let my phone be stupid. Okay, so this was a pretty long video, and I will go ahead and get this up there, and I will see you guys on the next one, which is going to be one from the Lost Superfoods book, and
Good to see you again.
remember to do your research, guys. Homesteading is a great choice for self-sufficiency. It is so healthy, but it requires a lot of research. A lot of research on every single aspect. Every animal, every plant, like gardening, like the whole 9 yards. All your fruit trees, each different one, and all your fruit bushes, each different one of them. It requires a lot of research. But it's well worth the time and effort. Put the money into the books, because those books you're going to have indefinitely. You don't have to worry about the internet. You'll have the books. So important. I cannot stress that enough. Alright, you guys, make sure you check your subscriptions and keep tabs on it. Make sure you're still subscribed. Click on that notification bell and click on all to make sure you get all the notifications, as I am starting to upload a lot more videos. And I will see you guys in the next video, which again is going to be out of the Lost Superfoods, and I will see you in a little bit. Bye, guys.